Good day, everyone, and welcome back. For my first official rebuttal, I thought it would be fun to take a look at everyone's favorite four-eyed feminist, Laci motherfucking Green. I sure do hope I don't get a copyright strike against myself for this perfectly legal criticism. Yes, I know I'm late to the party on this one, but that's gonna be the theme for a while. There is a reason I chose this particular video. Let's just get right into it, shall we?
When comedians be like,
Oh god, not the when blank be like bullshit. You know this is gonna be some high quality social commentary.
they were so fat.
Ah, yes, the infamous Nicole Arbor. I'll likely take a crack at her sometime soon. Next.
My sister's off the charts. I replaced her pepper spray with silly string. Anyway, that night she got raped.
Followed immediately by Daniel Tosh. Now, I don't like him personally, but damn did this joke make me laugh the first time I heard it. The setup was unassuming, and the punchline comes out of left field. That's what makes for good comedy, Laci. You could learn a thing or two. Wait, who am I kidding? You've had an internet presence for 7 goddamn years, and your commentary has only fallen since you came onto the scene. Oh, did that make you uncomfortable? Let's get you to your safe space with its bully-proof windows and troll-safe doors.
Oh, hi babes, let's talk about jokes.
Alright, let's talk about jokes. I like jokes, but I do have a sneaking suspicion that I'm not going to enjoy this. I've got 911 dialed up and ready to call in case you take things a little too far for comfort.
When I first started speaking up about rape jokes when I was in high school, a bunch of my friends were like, oh my god, Laci, it's just a joke. It's just a joke.
God, I cannot be the only one who hates the shit out of that annoying troll voice that she does to belittle the other side of a discussion when they have no means of defending themselves.
The it's a joke line was just a way to make me shut up when I criticized them.
You strike me as exactly the kind of person who won't just shut up and let your friends have fun with their jokes.
As Nicole Arbor learned last week, being cruel and then calling it humor doesn't make it any less cruel. A pile of shit with a bow on it is still a pile of shit.
You're right, Laci. A pile of shit with a bow on it is still a pile of shit. So how about you take that bow off, darling, and show the world who you really are. Oh wait, you did during the midst of that whole roaming millennial fiasco.
The most basic tenet of comedy is that it's supposed to make us laugh, right?
Comedy does indeed strive to make people laugh. I'm surprised to see that you can actually get something right.
A good joke can be clever, smart, uncomfortable, weird, biting, goofy, obnoxious, and yes, even offensive.
Yes, those are all types of jokes. 2 points for Laci. Good girl.
Hitting the funny bone is a skill, and it isn't easy.
As is evidenced by your dozens upon dozens of quote-unquote jokes that simply fall flat. I'm not just referring to my own reactions here. I've seen response after response, and we all have, honestly, more than one repeated complaint. You're not funny when you're trying to be. The best comedy we see from you, Laci, is 100% unintentional.
But you know what is easy? Being an asshole.
Being an asshole takes years of practice. Maybe if you knew that, you would appreciate all the effort that goes into being one. Like, I used to be the nicest little boy you've ever met, but after years of not being included things or shunned by my peers, I took up the monumental task of completely reworking who I was at my very core. I started taking jabs at my friends, and you know what? They fucking loved it! Good-spirited rib-jibbing is just a part of our culture, and it isn't going anywhere, no matter how squishy and sensitive your feelings are.
Humor is a type of communication. All humor has an underlying message.
No. No, no, no. Humor does not inherently have a message. Sometimes the joke is that the joke just isn't funny. Like, why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side. That isn't funny because it's a funny joke. It's funny because it's the easiest possible answer to a question that the audience is expected to not expect. Because comedy is supposed to have twists and turns, misdirections, and puns.
And that message, whether or not we consciously process it, is the reason why we're laughing. Things like rape jokes, fat jokes, police brutality jokes that come at the victim's expense, that's a key.
with the reasonable expectation that the victim has at least made an effort to grow and accept the terrible tragedy that has befallen them. Adults do not dwell in the past, Laci. We accept it, we learn from it, and move the fuck on with our lives, lest we stagnate and die in our misery.
Normalize inequalities that already exist in the world.
So, making an attempt at shock humor normalizes the reality of the subject. I'm afraid I don't follow. Normal things are not shocking, Laci.
People with less power are seen as acceptable targets for cruelty.
People with less power are seen as acceptable targets for cruelty. Now, why does that sound familiar? Oh, right! You, Laci, use your position of power as an established and large YouTube channel to bully a smaller channel. Hypocrisy, thy name is green.
So when we laugh at someone suffering, we're participating in a broader cultural phenomenon where we don't take those injustices seriously.
We don't take injustices seriously? Please, Laci, explain to me how this belief can possibly coexist with the current state of affairs in the American legal system and the mob justice that leftists, feminists, and SJWs get instant, rock-hard justice boners for. We completely destroy lives on nothing more than an accusation.
But nothing should be off limits, the comedians cry.
The comedians are right. I don't recall all of the responses I've seen to this particular video, but I'm damn sure a handful of them went on a great and just tirade about the First Amendment. I'll go ahead and leave that out of this video just because I want to move on to my other 100 videos on the back burner. But I will say that I want no protected class bullshit when it comes to jokes. If you can't handle it, maybe you're not ready for the real world. I want shit to fly in all directions, from everyone to everyone.
I am an American and I have freedom of speech. I totally agree. See, I say all manner of offensive shit to the mainstream.
Bullshit. You are the mainstream with your 1.5 million subscribers that stuck around after you tried to bully a smaller channel into compliance.
I'm out here, y'all. Criticism doesn't mean that the subject matter is a problem. It's not necessarily the topic, it's the approach.
And we can agree on that. 3 points for Laci.
If the approach isn't funny, then critics also have free speech to say what they think.
Here I am, saying what I think. I think you are wrong for a variety of reasons about a variety of things. I will be explaining why as my schedule allows. You've been wrong about a lot of things over the last 7 years, Laci, so you can expect these responses for a good, long while.
Just like any other form of entertainment, comedy does not have some special sacred immunity to criticism. While Daniel Tosh might think that rape is absolutely hilarious,
Rape is hilarious. You just have to set it up in the right way, which Tosh totally did. So did George Carlin and George R.R. Martin. I thought it was fucking hilarious when Cersei and Sansa got raped. No, not really. I was actually quite shocked, and I felt empathy for the characters. You see how thinking a rape joke is funny doesn't automatically make someone a cold-hearted psychopath, Laci? No? Oh well, moving on.
many of us come to comedy to have a good time, not to be reminded that other people see us as less than human.
I don't speak for all men everywhere, but I don't see women as less than human. I see feminists as less than human, because one of the qualifiers for being human, or any sort of sapient life, is neurons that actually work.
This bigger comedy debate isn't about constitutional rights, which are robust. Well, generally robust. It's about what's morally right, which is not as robust. What we choose to say and do with our platforms, with the stage, with the mic, with the YouTube channel, with the Twitter account, with the TV show, that speaks volumes about our character.
And here I am, defending the character of Daniel fucking Tosh to a self-admitted homewrecker and trashy slut. The fuck am I doing with my life?
We can punch up at abuses of power, or we can continue to punch at those who are already down.
Right, so you remember when like 10 minutes ago I said there was a reason I chose this video? There it is. I'm here to punch up at a bigger channel with whom I disagree on a fundamental level. Here's the thing. barring horrible accidents and birth defects, we all have two hands. We can punch up, and we can punch down. Did I just blow your little feminist mind, Laci?
So how do you know which direction something's punching? It's pretty simple. Just ask, who finds this funny?
Hopefully everyone, Laci. I want everyone to have the freedom to laugh at something someone else is saying. If you had it your way, I wouldn't have the freedom to make videos like this. Again, the case with Roaming Millennial. You guys remember when Laci started to lose her fucking mind over everyone calling her out on that shit? I thought it was hilarious. Comedy from greed and abuse of power. Also a little bit of stupidity, but mostly the power thing.
Jokes by no means need to be universal, but who's in the group that's laughing? Are abusers, date rapists, the KKK, high school bullies laughing with me?
So you don't want people that you don't like, for whatever reason, to have the liberty of laughing at jokes about people whom you arbitrarily deem less than. Do you not see how utterly fucked up that is? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't.
Who is being validated by the message that I'm communicating?
Jokes don't validate anyone, Laci. You're giving far too much power to fucking jokes, of all things. They have no power over anyone unless it is granted to them.
I want to end by saying that it is okay to tell an off-color joke.
Something tells me that you consider many subjects of humor off-color. Maybe it's those feminist goggles you like to wear.
We're all learning. I've told messed up jokes, you told messed up jokes. We're all idiot humans.
Speak for your damn self.
I don't think we need to handle this by burning people at the stake. That's so 1500s. I think the key is to recognize and apologize. Don't let your ego get in the way.
You are not Hood. Don't ever try to do that again. It'll fall flat just like dozens and dozens of the rest of your jokes.
There are some amazing comedians in our YouTube community and in the world. They're making us laugh, they're giving us a place to run away from all the bullshit.
And here I am, deliberately seeking out bullshit. Like, I wasted 2 hours just so I could find this fucking video to respond to it. My Google foo is weak.
And some of them are even changing the world, which is like really sexy to me. It just got really warm in here.
And it just got real cringy in here.
Not everyone needs to reach that pinnacle of perfection and change the world with their comedy, but at the very least, we can be good to each other. Alright babes, let me know what you think down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you soon with more Sex Plus.
If I choose to subscribe to you, Laci, it is 100% only to hate watch and keep an eye out for new videos to respond to. Well, if you've made it this far into my masochistic journey of brain cell genocide, why not hit that subscribe button down there? I'd certainly appreciate it. You can also donate to my new Patreon. Now, not to go on a long-winded sob story, but I'm in a bit of a tight place right now, and every little bit helps. If you can't contribute directly or don't want to, that's perfectly fine with me. An alternative to directly giving me money would be to share this video with everyone you can. In fact, I'm convinced that sharing is more of a help than donating at this point anyway. What I really need right now is exposure and growth. I suppose it's possible for that to happen without sharing, but there is a reason we have that option built into the platform. I also went ahead and made a Twitter account, even though I have some serious reservations about it. Go ahead and tweet me. Why not? If 140 characters isn't your style, swing by my brand new subreddit. I haven't even made a post yet. You could be the first. God damn, I really jumped in head first, didn't I? Well, anyway, thank you for joining me today. I sincerely hope you all have a good one, and I hope you'll join me for my next video.